It started as a typical evening in Norcross, Georgia. A 16-year-old girl, Susana Morales, was simply walking home, texting her family like any other night. But somewhere along the way, she vanished, without a trace. For 6 agonizing months, her family searched, hoping for answers. Then, a shocking discovery would unravel a horrifying truth. A truth no one saw coming. It was the evening of July 26, 2022. Susana had spent time at a friend's house and was walking home around 9:40 p.m. She texted her mother, saying she was on her way. Nothing unusual. But then, silence. No response. No calls answered. Hours passed. Then, days. Her family knew something was wrong. But the police? They weren't convinced. Authorities initially treated her case like so many others, a runaway. But Susana's family insisted. She would never just disappear. As days turned to weeks, their worst fears crept in. Where was Susana? Six months later, in February 2023, a chilling discovery sent shockwaves through the community. Hunters stumbled upon human remains near a desolate stretch of Decula, Georgia, an area miles away from where Susana was last seen. DNA confirmed the worst. It was her. But how did she get there? And even more disturbing, who was responsible? Authorities initially treated her case like so many others, a runaway. But Susana's family insisted she would never just disappear. As days turned to weeks, their worst fears crept in. Where was Susana? Bryant was initially arrested for concealing a death and filing a false report, but as investigators dug deeper, it became clear he was the last person to see Susana alive. The timeline, the evidence, it all pointed to him. Authorities believe Bryant encountered Susana that night and took advantage of his position. While the exact details remain unclear, evidence suggested foul play. A man with a history of inappropriate behavior, now accused of something far worse. Bryant now faces serious charges, but no punishment will ever bring Susana back. A young life stolen, a family shattered, and a community left to question. How could someone entrusted with the law commit such an unspeakable crime? Susana Morales was only 16, a daughter, a sister, a friend. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder that justice must be served, not just for her, but for every victim whose voice has been silenced. As her family continues to seek answers, we can only hope her story sparks change, so that no other family has to endure such a tragedy. If you or someone you know is in danger, speak up. And if you believe in justice for Susana, share her story. Let's make sure her voice is heard.